Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. How are you today? I hope you all are in a good condition. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dinda Ibtisamah S. I am a moderator and presenter on this group. I am from group 5, sorry. And I and my partners, we would like to present the material about distinctive features, phonotactic rules, and then consonant cluster. So this presentation is about for phonology task with the lecturer, Miss Cinta Aziz, right? Yes. Well, I would like to present the first material about what is distinctive features. So distinctive features in linguistics is the most basic unit of phonological structure that may be analyzed in phonological theory. Traditionally, a systematic description class, for example, a vowel or consonant, is described by an accurate measurement that belongs distinctively to the vowel or consonant. So distinctive features is the rules of differences sound. Distinctive features is the differences between one sound and another that have its feature. Its feature, whether it's based on the place of articulation and then nasal sound or not. So distinctive features have 8 common lists. Its feature systems is divided into 8 types. The first is labials and coronals. The second, the third, anteriors. The fourth, sibilants. And then next, there is continuants and obstruents, consonantals, and sonorants. So I would like to explain the labial first. Labial is the class of consonant articulated with the lips, upper and lower, and then contact with the teeth, such as f and v. The example of labial are bilabial and then labiodental and labial velar sounds. And the second, there is coronals. Coronals is the class of consonants that articulated with the front of the tongue, contact with the other articulations such as alveolar and palatal. And then next, there is anteriors. Anteriors is the consonant, the class of consonants that articulated with an obstruction in the front of the palate, alveolar of the mouth. This type included sound, anteriors is included with the labial, in the interdental, and then alveolar sounds. And next, there is sibilants. Sibilance is articulated by friction of air by directing the airflow with tongue towards the edge of the base of the tooth. It's such as the sound z. Can you feel it, guys? Z when you produce the sound z. There is a friction of air. Can you feel it, guys? And the vocal cords there is the vibration. Let's try it. And then, which included in sibilants sound are alveolar, palatal, fricative, and then affricate sounds. And then There is continuance, and I think continuance. Wait, continuance is its consonant cluster. Sorry, class of consonant that produce without complete closure. It means without complete closure that oral cavity is not closed perfectly. The example of this consonant class are all consonant except stop and nasal sounds. And then there is obstruent. Obstruent is the sounds produced with the extreme fully obstructed, as in stop and abbreviates, or nearly fully obstructed, as in the production of fricative. And then there is consonantals. Consonantals is the consonant that produce with the obstruction in the vocal tracts. For example, all consonant in consonantals is included, and except for glits and then glottal fricative. And the last one, there is sonance. Sonance is produced with the extreme fully obstructed, as in stop and affricates, or nearly fully obstructed, as in the production of fricative. That is the type of distinctive features. Next, we move to phonotactics, will deliver by Zidan.
Okay, so I would like to explain you guys about what is phonotactic. Well, what is phonotactics? Simply, phonotactic is a constraint on the position and order of sound in a language. Phonotactic is always language specific, or we could say it is distinctive to a specific language. For example, the combination of certain may be allowed in other languages, which are not allowed in English, such as word combination and in the beginning of word. So it's like deal. Uh, and then next slide.
Oh, sorry.
In the next slide.
Okay, next.
Okay. Uh, when discussing the possible positions of sounds in language, we need to refer to the word initial, medial, and final position, as well as other positions, such as the beginning of a syllable or some other factors may appear found in monosyllabic or multisyllable words. As you can see on the slide, nah sound is never be word initial. It is word medial only after a stress word. As, a stress follow, as in anger, rage, and pain. And then we have what is what is it called? J. J sound is
Yeah.
rarely found in yeah rarely found in word initially. Only occurring in French words such as gendarme, which means police in English. But it is common in word medially as in pleasure and fairly rare in the word finally, again in French words such as robe. Next,
Next
we
slide.
have no, no, no.
Oh no. Or
Next
is it
we
in
have
the same slide? Oh, okay.
yeah, the and who are always initial of this syllable before a stress vowel, as in hit, yes, and get wet. As you can see in the word head, there's the word initial of the syllable H, eh, I mean H before stress vowel E. Unless, unless we have the. The is word initial only in pronouns, adverbs, prepositions, and demonstrative. And the definite article never in nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Otherwise, it occurs freely in word medially and word finally. Okay, next slide.
Okay, please, Zidan.
Notice that certain consonants have a syllabic function. It means they are like a vowel because it can stand alone in syllables without any other vowel. Uh, these consonants include the liquids and nasals. Then the syllabic nasals and and the syllabic liquids e and r are never word initial and unreleased stops only occur word finally, as in step or before another stop, as in at. Okay, next next will be presented by Nurul Anisa, right?
So consonant cluster will be delivered by Nurul Anisa.
Will explain about what is consonant cluster. Consonant cluster is consonant sequence of two or more consonant sounds without a vowel in between. Consonant cluster is divided into two: initial consonant cluster and final consonant. Next, in English, it allows up to three consonants in an initial cluster and up to four consonants in a final cluster configuration. Example, initial consonant cluster. Formula initial plus consonants. G plus consonant, glow. S plus consonant, frost. For the final consonant, formula consonant, one consonant, the, bird. Three consonant, n, the, us, it, ends. Four consonant, r, o, the, us, words. Three words. Next. So, what is consonant cluster? In the beginning of the words, we can call it an initial consonant cluster. The initial S is more often found in this consonant cluster. In the first consonant, followed by the sound P, T, K, N, L, W, or F. For sound of is very rarely used, but rare doesn't mean none exist. For the example of is sphere. Okay, the next is Rahmi.
Okay, it's my turn to explain. So, English, the initial consonant group is much more limited than the final consonant group because many consonants cannot be pronounced, one of which is n. If forced into the word crew of the end of the word will cannot with a word in the initial position. English Phonotactic English Phonotactic does not allow squeeze. Stop, stop, such as put, p, t. Stop plus nasal, such as in. Nasal plus stop, such as p. Stop plus fricative, such as is. Next slide. The only permitted syllable initial squeeze are the following: voice or voiceless stop plus approximant, play, prince, blade, brick, clean, creek. Voiceless fricative plus approximant, fly, slate, tree, through. Us plus voiceless, us plus voiceless stop, spin, sting, scare. Us plus nasal, snail, snake, smile, smile. There is only one possible combination of three consonants occurring initially: us plus voiceless stop plus approximant strong, split, scrape, spray, sclerosis. The next slide will be explained to my friends.
Okay, guys, we can see the consonant clusters in detail in this table on the slide. You can see, guys. Can you see the table, guys? Yeah. This is the summarized from the consonant clusters in detail, such as the stop plus approximant. The consonantnya, the initial consonantnya is P, L, and then for example, the word example is please. I think I cannot see it clearly. So next. Final consonant cluster will deliver by Jumrotul Jannah.
Okay, thanks for. I will explain this slide. Final consonant. Final consonant cluster are freer, and final consonant are a cluster of consonant at the end of a word. Most speakers pronounce consonant cluster quite well, although some are more difficult, especially when we get 3 or 4 together at the end of the word. As for example, like speak, sky, stick, snail, swim, skim, shrine, snacks, sticks, spare, slope, snow, and etc. The sequence of consonant. Next slide, please. The sequence of consonant in the final position consonant cluster. Slide sequence of 3 consonants include: in English, the longest possible initial cluster is 3 consonants, as in split, straddle, strength, and squirrel, all beginning with the S or S, containing P, T, or K, and ending with E, R, or W. The longest possible final cluster is 5 consonants. Like in the slide, liquid plus two obstruents, etc. Liquid plus stop, fricative RPS in corpse, plus liquid plus stop LPT in help, liquid plus fricative LVZ in selves, liquid plus fricative plus stop, RST in first, and last but not least, liquid plus nasal plus fricative in cleanse. I think that's it. That's it.
And then the last material from this presentation, there is sequence of 4 consonants occur, although more rarely. There is consonant M, P, S, T. In the word glimpse, we can see in the end of this word M, P, M, P, S, E, and D. We can see in the end of the word, and then R, L, D, S. From the words world, we can see in the end of this word, and then K, K, S, T, S. From the word text, we can see in the end of the word. So in cases where the medial consonant in cluster is voiceless stop, or this is t, is the pronouns t, guys. So the 4 consonants in the end of the words is more rarely. It's rarely in English, but in other language, it's often to use. So that is enough from our group, from group 1. Thank you for Zidan, Rahmi, Nurul Anisa, and Jumrotul Jannah. Thank you for the explanation. And goodbye, guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hmm.